Adam, I have to tell you, I am humbled, truly humbled as I spend the last few days here with you. And I realize in observing the advisors and in observing the interactions that we who work in the travel industry are so incredibly privileged. And I say that because our lives touch so many cultures, so many people, and it's in times of crisis that our true colors come out.
Absolutely.
And your country is in crisis, or is coming out of crisis, and your true colors have come out. So I think for our audience who wasn't part of today's festivities, which were honestly, it blew me away. That the whole day was magnificent, magical, really, quite frankly. And I've been to a lot of events and a lot of conferences, and this was truly spectacular. For our audience, tell them please what Sandals is doing here in Jamaica to support the country and to support your own staff.
Absolutely. Firstly, thank you for your kind words and thank you for being here with us. This event is all about showcasing the true reality of what's happening in Jamaica. Jamaica was hit by the largest and most powerful named storm in the Atlantic Basin.
Yeah.
Jamaica is a much bigger country than people realize. We're more than 150 miles wide. I'm a sixth generation Jamaican. My father was fifth. My father founded Sandals in Jamaica in 1981. And we are a company built on Jamaican talent. And we love this country through and through. And the size of Jamaica, and as it was seen on many of the media stories that were covered, showed a storm that would have engulfed the country. Yeah. The reality is that more than 150 miles wide, the actual cone was limited to 10 miles. Hurricane force winds were about 30 miles. And the parts of Jamaica that were hit, the sort of southwestern side, Fringes got it, Montego Bay got a pretty big hit. They were hit very hard, and there's quite a lot of devastation. Some very, very difficult stories of people that have lost quite a lot, and that is the negative side. The positive side is that more than 75% of the country was more or less unaffected.
Yeah.
And it means Kingston is open, and Port Antonio and the town of Ocho Rios, we're here at Sandals Duns River. I mean, look at the landscaping. You would have no idea a hurricane came here. Everything looks perfect. Negril got a bit of a hit, and the country has galvanized. The Jamaican spirit is what you felt.
But you're very humble. You're talking about even calling this whole event back to Jamaica. You're not calling it back to Sandals, right? And you could have easily done that. No, you could have very easily done that. You're calling it back to Jamaica. It's a broader spirit, but you are behind that. There's an engine behind it all, right? I mean, and you're not necessarily, and I want you to tell us what you've done.
Sure.
So a lot of the resorts, so people maybe don't know, a lot of the resorts who couldn't reopen, obviously everything had to shut down, left their employees high and dry. That is not what Sandals did. And you have to pat yourself on the back here because it's quite impressive.
Yeah, the people of our company have built an organization. We have 20,000 team members across the Caribbean, about 8,000 in Jamaica. And the people of our company have built an organization. We've had a trifecta between the most incredible customers, the most amazing travel trade distribution partners, and the team members of our business. And if those three things work, you can have an amazing machine. I call it the army, as you were mentioning a while ago. And Sandals has stood by our team members. They needed us right now. Now was not the time to separate. They have always showed up, our team members. We've always showed up for them, whether it's training and development and all the various programs we run in the regular course of business. So we announced that we'd keep 100% of our team members on full payroll. We have them on full medical and dental benefits. All benefits remain in play. We gave cash donations to the team members to help them as a first burst. We bought millions of dollars of US dollars of building materials to help people reconstruct their homes. We gave care packages that were big enough for a family of 10 to each of the team members to make sure that people had the basic necessities they needed. And then, of course, the Sandals Foundation, which is our philanthropic arm, has been extraordinary.
Very active.
Very active, and donated well over $1.5 million US dollars now in relief, and it's ongoing. We're in day 38 today as we do this interview, and we're here with more than 350 travel advisors and travel trade media, showcasing the reality of Jamaica. Jamaica has been hit in different parts, so Sandals is leading as it does. from a marketing point of view, from a travel trade distribution point of view, and making sure that we are reopening the country with the government of Jamaica.
But you see, that's what's so impressive to me anyway, is that you've taken the lead in terms of communication, that the country is open. You could very easily just be concerned with your own company, right? With your own bottom line. But no, you are actually creating a vehicle through which all of us can now communicate that Jamaica is open. And that's a very different philosophy, I think, than a lot of corporations would take. I think it's in your nature. It certainly was in the nature of your father.
Absolutely.
And tell us a bit about that philosophy, taking ownership of the country, not just the company.
So Sandals is the most powerful Caribbean-born brand ever to have come out of this region. And we are native to the islands of the Caribbean. As I mentioned, my dad was a 5th generation, I'm a 6th generation, my children are 7th generation. We live in Jamaica. We run the company out of Jamaica. These are our communities, these are our neighbors, these are our people. And you know, as we always joke and say, we have nowhere to go. So very different to much of who we compete with. They may be based in other parts of the world. Their policies may be more financially driven. Their policies may be less concerning to the actual communities, because it's not, maybe in their own country if it happened, there would have been a different policy. And people will run their companies how they want to, but Sandals has always recognized the critical importance of the relationship between the people of the islands and the success of the businesses in the islands.
Yeah, it's a synergy, really, symbiotic relationship. You can't have one without the other.
You cannot, and that's why we build schools and community centers and support hospitals and our police and our firefighters and our doctors and our nurses, and they're all our people. And today was awesome, where we had the head of the taxi associations, we had the head of Jamaica Immigration and Customs with us, we had the head of the Montego Bay International, Donna Sangster International MBJ Airport, and that list just went on and on. This is a whole ecosystem, and it's bigger than Sandals. This is Team Jamaica stuff, but Sandals as the biggest brand, the biggest investor, the biggest employer, the biggest taxpayer and foreign exchange earner, has a duty to go first and to use our megaphone.
And the 200 travel advisors, their megaphones.
Absolutely.
You brought them all here to really absorb the message. They're now going out, and they're the other army, right? That you're mobilizing.
Turn the army on.
Yeah.
And seeing is believing, because of course, all of us as leadership of, executives of resort companies are going to say everything is fine, but it actually is. In the town of Ocherous where we are, electricity, water, you almost can see no remnants of the storm whatsoever. And we wanted the travel advisor community to come and see it themselves, to turn on the legitimacy and the authenticity of their own channels and showcase. And I would encourage you to turn the camera on and show the gardens and show the ocean and all the elements that make Jamaica what it is. Jamaica is in great shape for, as I said, more than 2/3 of it. The parts of it that have been hit, we will stand by the people of Jamaica, working with the government of Jamaica until every single Jamaican is reconstructed better.
And the most important thing right now is people.
Absolutely.
Bring the tourists, bookings, fill the hotels, and that's what will help the country recover.
Jamaicans are very proud people, and we appreciate the unbelievable generosity that has come out of Canada, the United States, the UK. But we're at that stage now where we want to get back to work. We want to earn our way out of our problems to deal with the challenges that we have. And it's that dignity that runs through Jamaican people. They have titanium backbones, and it's amazing to watch.
I love it. Listen, before I let you go, you have the opportunity now to address all the advisors who are watching this, who weren't here in the room. You provided us with such strong motivation in the room. I'd like to invite you to do the same now on camera.
Thank you. I just want to thank first and foremost the people of Canada who have been such great friends. We have amazing diplomatic relationships between the islands of the Caribbean, and particularly Jamaica and the country of Canada. And at every crisis, Canada has stood with us. We have earned and fought for our way out of the challenges. And to all the travel advisor community, my father, I said it earlier and I'll say it 1,000 more times, he made it absolutely clear that this company was built by the travel advisor community. And in all of our toughest meetings, he kept saying, never ever forget who built this company. And we never will, and we never have. And I want to thank you for the support, for the donations to the Sandals Foundation, or quite frankly, to any one of the foundations in the country of Jamaica. I want to invite you back home to Jamaica. Come and see it for yourself. We're open, we're ready for business with 5 of our 8 hotels. The 3 that are closed, they'll be back on stream, bigger and better. We're Sandals 2.0 in them. We're spending a lot of money on taking them to the next level since we had to shut them down. I just want to say a huge thank you. And we're ready to have you home. It's nice and warmer. It's 85 degrees. It's warmer here than it is back home.
It certainly is. It certainly
Thank you
is.
so much.
Thank you so much, Adam. Appreciate it. And thank you for your wonderful hospitality. It's been
Amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being with us.